E3 is coming up real soon, and with it, I wanted to gather up all the rumors around what Nintendo might be revealing and talk about what I think might actually be happening. First off, ARMS comes out the Friday of E3, and Splatoon 2 comes out a whole month later, so I think we can expect them to be showcased in their little Nintendo Direct, and for them to be playable on the show floor. These are their closest, biggest titles, so they're going to want to put a lot of focus on them. Super Mario Odyssey is a little bit further away from release, but it is going to be their biggest title this year next to Zelda, so they're going to want to put a lot of focus on that. I think we can expect it to be playable on the show floor. They're going to want to push Odyssey a lot. We saw the leaks of Ubisoft's game Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It looks very not good. I think we can expect some info on that and for it to have a small showing on the show floor. I don't think we can expect much in the way of a Super Nintendo Classic Edition. This is not something that they would reveal in their E3 showcase. They want to keep their focus on Switch and Switch games, with maybe some bullshit 3DS games sprinkled in. They know that an SNES Classic Edition will get enough media attention on its own, so if it's gonna happen, they'll announce it later in the year on their own social media channels. Everybody wants Smash Bros. To be ported from the Wii U. Yo, same. I think this might be a little bit of a stretch though. As much as I think this is a great idea, I think that Nintendo might be focusing on their new IPs to draw people in. I can already see the NeoGAF threads of people complaining about how the Switch is just a Wii U portable. Would that even be so bad? So I'd file this under plausible. There's just not enough evidence. And if they do port Smash Bros. Without porting Mario Maker, I will be very upset. Pokémon Stars or Eclipse or whatever the hell people think this might be called. I have very little hope that this will be shown at E3. Pokémon reveals usually happen around the springtime, and we didn't hear anything. A Pokémon game would be a huge deal for Nintendo, a big system seller. I think this might be something that they want to hold until next year to keep the momentum of their new console going. Unless it's not even for the Switch and it's just another 3DS game. That would be super lame. But who knows? We'll see. We already know that Japan is getting Monster Hunter Double Cross on the Switch. I think that we can definitely expect that in North America. I'm not so sure if this is something that we'll see at E3 either, or if we do, it won't be a heavy focus. Nintendo usually takes a really long time to do the North American ports of Monster Hunter games. This is one of the biggest franchises ever in Japan, so it would make sense for them to want to bring it over to the States. Maybe if they put Monster Hunter characters in Smash Bros. Like they did with Fire Emblem characters, there'd be some more hype for it. Nintendo has been showcasing much weirder Japanese games in their directs lately, like Project Octopath Traveler. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to see a lot more weird Japanese stuff that I definitely don't care about. Everybody wants a new Metroid Prime game, or basically any Metroid game that isn't Federation Force. It's rumored that there are 2 Metroid games in development, even though one of the developers who was previously rumored to be developing a Metroid game flat out shut down those rumors. People think that there's a 3D Metroid Prime game in development and a 2D Metroid game in development. I think that there's probably just one Metroid game in development. And if there's a second one, it's a super experimental, not even a thing Metroid game. Like a Federation Force. Something that you're definitely not asking for at all. I don't think Nintendo wants to invest too much into a Metroid game because Metroid Other M and Federation Force didn't exactly do as well as they would have liked. I also think this is a title that would be better served in next year's E3, so don't get your hopes up too much. Although if it was showcased at this year's E3, it would be a pretty stacked lineup for this year's E3. Lastly, I would be very surprised if we didn't hear about Nintendo's Virtual Console offerings and Nintendo's other internet services like the voice chat app. I'd expect them to just toss in a quick blurb in their press conference about what Virtual Console games will be available at launch, around about when it'll be launching, and a whole bunch about their online subscription service and how you can get one free game a month. Those details will be very important, especially because once they announce that you have to pay to play games online all of a sudden, people are going to want some good news. A free game a month is very good news, even if it does go away after that first month. Let us down easy, and make that first free game something spectacular like Super Mario Sunshine. I had to add this in after I filmed because I forgot all about it, but I think we'll be seeing a whole bunch of the Fire Emblem stuff that's coming out. I'll file that under the Japanese stuff I don't care about. And I think we'll see something come completely out of left field. Nintendo is usually good with the weird surprises. I'd also like to mention, if you want to see us talk about other E3 rumors besides Nintendo, tune into Wulff Den Live next week for the E3 pre-show extravaganza. That will, of course, be Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. What do you guys think about what Nintendo is going to have at their E3 showcase, press conference, little online thing, whatever the hell you want to call it, and what they'll have at the show floor? Leave it in the comments below. Add me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. I keep hitting this mic. I wanted to get this out now before all of the leaks happen, inevitably the week before E3. Also, I will be at E3. That week, I plan on pumping out a lot of videos. So stay tuned here, subscribe to see all of that. And if you're at E3, I'd love to see you. There's also this little guy. If you want to know how you can get me to give you this little guy, watch last week's video. There's still like a day until the winner is picked on Wulff Den Live. If you're seeing this, chances are you're probably too late. So if you agree with my stance on these Nintendo rumors, leave a like. And if you disagree, leave a comment and or share it with your friends and get your friends in on the argument. Thank you guys very much. You have yourselves a good week.